Actually, on the show, they've only said the title of the show once.
Really?
Yeah, who the hell can they say, like, what do they say, like, on Cheers? Like, hey, I guess we're here we are, cheers.
That's true, huh? It says it at the beginning, so it's like...
Yeah.
So how'd you guys come up with the idea of the show? It's kind of a novel concept.
Yeah,
and there's lots of exposure for Gibson, of course.
Well, it wasn't, I mean, the idea for the show was basically I wanted to do something with music because I went to music school. I first started out, I thought I was going to become like a full-time musician, and then I didn't know what I wanted to do with music and stuff, and I graduated from music school, and when I graduated, I started doing stand-up comedy and started doing all kinds of stuff in Boston, and just kept kind of working around with music and trying to figure out someplace. And I wrote the music for this other show that I created called Home Movies, and it was just really silly, sloppy stuff, and that was appropriate for the show. And then that show was finished, and we were done with that, and then me and Tommy Blotcher, the co-creators, went out. We'd just been seeing metal shows all the time, and that's how I met Tommy, is no one would go see like hardcore death metal shows or extreme metal shows with me, except for Tommy, and me and Tommy just love metal, and we always have. And
why?
Why?
Yeah.
I don't know. Well, I mean, like, why? I don't think there's really an answer to why to like a genre or to not like a genre. I mean, like what's your favorite style of music?
Everything.
Why?
Because I just enjoy music.
Okay, well, I guess that's the same. Yeah.
You just enjoy it.
No, in a not defensive way, but metal is aggressive, and it's not trying to hit any kind of market. It's simply what it is. I mean, everything. I don't know. I mean, this will be fun to edit just because it's aggressive and it's kind of awesome, and it's like, I don't know. I'm a big fan of horror movies. I think that
it kind of works together.
Well, I mean, I think that it all kind of plays into the show too, because the show has a lot of horror movie elements, a lot of like, you know, pretty hardcore mutilation and just, you know.
In a comic sort of way.
Well, it's slapstick. I mean, actually it is. I mean, there are people, like hundreds of people die in an episode. Like at the opening of a show, we've killed thousands of people, and it's a grand act of slapstick. That's the way we look at it. Not as a horror. I mean, not as a horrible thing. It's like in like a kind of a black comedy kind of a way, you know. So yes, I think that.
Do you do body counts? You don't like it?
People have. I don't keep track of it. I don't have time because we killed some of the people on the show. But I think there are websites that are dedicated to that.
Mm-hmm. You can actually win an award with the most body counts. The Chainsaw Awards.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
We'd probably be up there, to be honest. But I mean, I think it all fits in the same place. I consider it entertainment. I don't. I mean, they're one of my favorite bands is a band called Cannibal Corpse, and I love to listen to them because when I listen to their songs, they're about dying. I mean, a lot of their philosophies are these. Well, a lot of their song structures revolve around these horrible death scenes almost. Like they're almost describing a death scene from a movie or something. And it's like watching a slasher film or something. So you're sitting there in your car, stuck in traffic, almost feeling like you're watching a movie. So
right.
I see it all kind of falling in the same place. It's entertainment, you know, and not only that, it's really heavy also. And metal has gotten heavier over the last like 15 years too, compared to like the metal of like the 80s and early 90s and stuff. They just keep tuning lower and getting scarier and stuff, and I love it. I'm really happy to see people really playing their guitars, because I'm just a geek for guitar playing. So that's why metal. That's why I like all that stuff. I love when people are really good at their instruments. That makes me happy to see.
Do you play too?
Yeah, I write all the music for the show too. Yeah.
Wait, so you do the music as well as the comedy writing?
Yeah, I do the voices, I do the music, and I do the writing.
You're like a one-person show.
This is except for I have people that work on the show. There's another but I do all the music myself. I pretty much go away and I write it, and I come back and it's done, and I record it all in my own studio, and I do all the, if you want to call them vocals, I do the scary sounding things myself. But but I play like 4 of the main characters on the show, And yeah, it's basically it's all done here in Hollywood, and someone's trying to call me.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I'll see who it is. But yeah, so that's why. I mean, that's why I went to music school. Remember?
That's
From
right.
earlier.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. I didn't go there to listen to music. Learn how to listen to music properly.
I'm just laughing because we had done one with Andy Dick.
Yeah.
He kept answering his phone. And he says, "Hi, I'm in an interview.
Yeah.
I'll call you back."
Yeah,
And it was so funny. So he kept doing that. So we just left it as part of the interview. "Hi, I'm in an interview."
Yeah.
It was just kind of funny. So what's your favorite character to play?
I don't even, you know what, we don't discuss which characters we play on the show. We don't, I don't even tell people really who I play. I'd rather not let them know. So.
Oh, that's kind of wild then.
Well, I mean, I don't think it's that interesting to see who, I mean, like, the whole idea of the show is to not really know too much about the people that are doing it. I don't want to be filmed doing the voices. I don't want to be filmed playing the music of that stuff. And I just think it makes the show cooler if the less you know about it, you know.
That's kind of an interesting perspective.
I don't know.
The mystery behind it.
I think everyone gives away the behind the scenes stuff so often that it just has diminishing returns at the end of the day, you know.
So who's the most interesting special guest you've had on there?
We've had a lot of very interesting special guests on the show. We gotten to work with. I've gotten to actually, if you want to call it directing, I don't know if they call it. I don't know if it actually it's the same kind of directing as movie kind of directing. It doesn't really hold the same weight because you're asking someone to just repeat lines over again. But I've gotten to direct some really amazing bands. I got to direct Metallica, James Hetfield and Kirk Hammett.
Now that's probably like a dream for you.
It was very cool. I was very nervous. They were very cool.
Oh,
They were very nice. Mark Hamill is on the show.
Ah.
You know, he is amazing. A really great actor. Very nice guy.
What's he up to? We haven't. I mean, we don't see him in
That's his business. He does voice. He goes from one session to another, and you realize why when you work with him because he's really, really good and just can do tons of voices, and he just gets voiceover work. It's the best job you can have if you can get a lot of it.
Really?
No, absolutely.
Why is that?
Because it's easy, it's fun, and you get to add a lot of creativity, and it doesn't take that long. It's basically someone says like, "Hey, go talk," and I go, "I can do that," and I'll go do that, and I'll come right back. And how much are you gonna pay me? Good, fine, thank you. I'd love to be a full-time voiceover guy. I have to actually, in order for me to get voiceover work, usually what I have to do is create a television show and cast myself into the show as a character.
Ah.
And that's what I do. Yeah.
You know who else started? Matt Damon and Matt Damon and Ben Affleck did that. Remember when they first did their show with Robin Williams? What was that show? Many years ago?
You mean the movie?
The movie.
Yeah.
Remember? It's like, well, we were having a hard time finding a job, so we wrote some parts for ourselves.
Yeah, well, I'm sure that's. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, yeah, I'm that, but in the kind of the lame, dorky way of doing that, basically, with cartoon voiceover. Yeah. But it's a great job. Voiceover stuff is fun.
So how do people learn about how to do voiceovers?
I don't know. I think you have to.
You have a natural inherent talent, or?
I mean, it's just, I think you kind of have to be naturally funny a little bit, first of all. I think there are plenty of people that are not and get plenty of work, but I think you get a little bit further along if you have a sense of humor. And then just, I mean, your voice can do tons of stuff. Your voice can sound like a lot of different things, like anybody's can. They just have to learn how to work it, you know? So you can sound really low or really high or in the middle and just kind of change the rhythm of how you talk, and you can do a lot of different stuff. The first season of our show, I had to do tons of different voices because we couldn't afford to put a lot of people on the show because our budgets, we spent them already. So I had to figure out voices that didn't sound like the other characters, and I had like 4 characters going on, and I had to think of another 2 guys that didn't sound like any of those guys. So then we episodes we were playing, 6 or 7 people.